Well, hello there, vinyl community, YouTube, and Robert Z. I thought this was a great moment to sit here on a bench right above the lake that we have where I live, Stickön, and do a response to your Mother of all 100 subscribers contest. 100 subscribers again and again and again. Well, Robert, I guess congratulations again. If you put together all month of subscribers that you've been having on all channels that you've been having through the years, it would be interesting to see how many subscribers you will totally have had through your life at the vinyl community. Well, congratulations. You want us to talk about vinyl community memories, which I've done before, but I'm glad to do it again. Certain channels I miss, VCLT moments, VC moments, dramas, influences, and so on. Let's go back. I celebrate my 6th year in the vinyl community and at YouTube this year. And let me go back a little bit to to how it looks like before, because I had, of course, persons I could talk music with, but there were few of them that I could talk. Of my friends that I could talk records with. There were very few record collectors among those that I know. Then I started to blog, and I started going into Swedish discussion forums for record collectors, I felt like it wasn't until I joined the vinyl community that I felt like I finally had record collectors that I could talk with that had so much variety on musical taste like I have. Even though it was talking through the camera and responding to comments only. Then I got Facebook, of course, later on. Vinyl community made me actually to finally be able to talk records and music, variated music. Of course I could talk music, but many of those persons I knew, they were either guys who liked heavy metal, which I don't, or there were people who liked those typical radio listeners. They like songs that are popular on the hits right now. Nothing wrong with that, I do too, but there were a few that I could talk jazz with, or specific soul music and so on. I felt like with vinyl community I finally had a forum to talk to when it came to music of varied kinds, and also meet persons from all over the world. I mean, all of a sudden, I remember when I was a kid, I was so happy to be able to talk English with someone for a little moment. It was something, wow, I'm talking with a person that talks English, another language to me. It was it was a wow moment. Today, natural. I'm talking English almost every day in some form. It's and I have met a lot of Americans, from British record collectors, from Germany, from Finland, from Denmark, and even from Greece. I mean, I met record collectors from all over the world, people from all over the world that I wouldn't have been meeting if I hadn't joined the vinyl community. I have the vinyl community to thank for a lot. Certain channels, well, there have been channels that have been coming and going through the years. I still follow. You wanted us to give shout outs. Is that's that I have a hard time leaving out someone, but I can't name them all. I thought it would be a good idea to do special shout-outs to the record collectors in these Nordic countries that I know, that I subscribe to, and that I have been followed. Start with that. We have Björn Jakobsson, that was more or less the reason why I started with the vinyl community. My friend in Stockholm. We have also another Swede, Jonas, aka SublimMedia, who likes jazz. Jarko, my VinylBar, my 7-inch brother from Finland. Hello to you. Mikko, VinylCorner, also from Finland. And Carsten Olsen, who just like me loves Depeche Mode and Prince. A great guy, like all of them.
Oh my god, I forgot one. Of course. Hello, shout out. Mr. F, Mr. Finglish, Talking Hands. He's from Finland. So, sorry, but now I have included you also.
So, hello there to each and every one of you. Go visit their channels. But I have others also that I have known so long that I could also can give shout outs to. But I love each and every one of the people I subscribe. So many guys that I follow. Also many guys that I follow that isn't doing videos anymore. That isn't a part of vinyl community anymore, unfortunately, and that I miss. Well, some of them actually are, but they're making very few videos. And among them, now he actually made a video just recently where he just sent a hello actually. But he is not doing that much videos anymore. Adam87, that I follow very much. Tudor, also from Britain, also a guy that liked a lot new wave and synth pop that I love to follow very much. So also a guy that I miss a lot. Gerdy, I think it was from Belgium. Gerdy's music channel, who also collected a 7-inch. John K. Techhead. Remember John K. Techhead from Greece? The guy who in the middle of a depression all of a sudden started his own record store, and who showed a whole lot of jazz and soul music. I still have it on Facebook, but it was a long time since he did something, did a video. And Vinyl Vault Dave, who was a very funny guy, very happy, funny guy. So some of the channels that I miss, that I would be happy if they did something new one day. And music influences, it's very interesting because when I started Vinyl Community back in 2014, I have just started to collect 70s. 70s soul most of all, but starting also to go into singer-songwriter style and so some 70s pop. I've done that before. I did it in the late 80s. I did it in around 93, 94, but it actually faded away a bit. It's been going in periods. It's been coming and then it's been going pretty fast. But with vinyl community, I all of a sudden also got influences with a whole lot 70s music that made me actually this time stick with the 70s, and I think it will stay for good. 70s soul and 70s singer-songwriters are rocks. so 70s music is I'm stuck with, and thanks to the vinyl community I have been getting inspiration to actually continuing with that. And of course a whole lot of new wave synth pop that I discovered. Echo Voice, I 17 Mark, and actually, he had made me discover a whole lot of new synth pop bands. And also Baraka P Dub had made me discover so much new music. A whole lot of new stuff that have been coming into me, and of course Björn Jakobsson with a whole lot of new music. And John Bellamy, who made me actually, I was about to give up on British duo Dollar until John Bellamy gave me a VCLT, and I realized that Dollar actually was a whole lot better than I given them credit for. That they actually were really good, and now I like Dollar for good. Giving me a whole lot of new inspiration. So each and every one of you who have been followed and get inspirations from, thank you very much for your inspiration to make me discover new stuff to collect in a collection that maybe I was having hard time finding something really new that I didn't have. I have discovered new worlds to collect, so thank you very much. VCLTs have also been. I'm counting on contest prizes also as them in this case. And B-sides who I got, I'm going to come back to that moment later on, but I got Jimmy Smith, Back in the Chicken Shack. A fantastic album. And with that contest prize also Whipped Cream, the classic Whipped Cream album with Herb Alpert, and a great 70s soul inspired Sergio Mendes, among others. And not to forget you, Robert Z. When I got your VCLT, well, it was also a contest prize, but VCLT, I remember when I opened and saw it and pulled out record after record, it was Japanese pressings, upon Japanese pressings, and my jaw was down on the floor. Is this really for me? Are you kidding me? I was speechless. Hard to ever forget that. And I got more from Jenny B-sides. Not to forget, she all of a sudden sent me 2 Jimmy Smith albums after, and I was also very shocked. Jazz albums that John Bellamy gave me, aside from that also Dollar VCLT. Mix CDs from Trish Mullins, Baraka P Dub, who sent me Lee Morgan, that I haven't been discovered all that much, but was fantastic, and Carole King, fantastic, great albums that I was really shocked to see. Steve Carlson sent me Lana Del Rey, that I didn't pay attention to at all, but I now like very, very much. And Rob Walker, and all of these 80s vinyl singles that was extremely happy to pull out one single after another. Among others, Blasphemous Rumors, Depeche Mode, that I was missing. Extremely happy, extremely touched by that. And I also remember a guy that I don't think he does videos anymore. Mike, the Oral Retentive. I won a contest from him, and I got this magnificent David Bowie painting that I have on the shelf in the living room, so I can see it. Thank you, everyone. This was it's just amazing to actually get all of these. There was another question that you asked that is connected. That prices that we didn't receive, packages we didn't receive. I don't remember his name, and maybe that is for the best. I don't want to hang out anybody, but it was a guy who I won a contest from, and it was a younger guy. I don't remember who it was. I was supposed to get the newest Foreigner, then newest Foreigner, and I never actually got it. I don't know if it has anything to do with that YouTube at the time actually quit with that you could send personal messages, or that I didn't have Facebook, but I never heard from him and I never got those prizes. Well, I survived. But it was a little sad actually. Little sad actually, but memory after all, in some form. VC moments overall. Well, have been some of those, of course. A lot of them, of course, connected with setting up the camera. In the first years, the web camera, then the iPhone, and now the Samsung, and my Android. Putting up the camera and just showing records, and then doing responses to comments. But I remember, to return to B-sides contest, that's extremely fun, when we were supposed to have some kind of a video contact between us, and I at that time didn't have the equipment to do it, and we tried all the things needed. It worked. I didn't have Facebook at the time. She didn't have Skype that I had, we were supposed to have a final contest, and it was ended with me typing on the keyboard, and I saw her and Dave sitting there trying to talk through the camera. So it was kind of funny actually, even though it didn't work as we was hoping. And my Q&A that I had when I celebrated my 200 and 300 subscribers, I had Q&A. It was extremely funny because I never done anything like that people have sent me questions and I respond to them. I never done anything like that, and it was extremely funny actually. I had a really great time sitting there comfortable in my armchair and responding. And your theme song contest, Robert, the first one, where I think it was one of the first time that I actually went out of my frame and did something more, little crazier. So I put on a suit and a shirt, and did some kind of an almost Oscar nomination ceremony where I presented Shannon's Let the Music Play. And for me it was something special back then. And all the Stockholm videos, they mean a whole lot to me. To be able to go out and discover new things and be able to document it in front of people who's going to watch it, and even though I don't know how many people who's going to watch it, I have no idea. Maybe it's 0, maybe it is 50, maybe it is 100. I don't know how many will watch it and who will comment it. It feels special in some form to be filming for people who's going to watch it and most likely comment on it. And a lot of Stockholm memories, but I think the one who is stuck with me most is Solna Record Fair, when I went to one of Sweden's biggest record fairs for the first time, and filming my first impressions, being there and seeing the ocean of sellers who were standing there with boxes with records, and I was supposed to go through all of them, and I was thinking, ugh! Can I get a map and that I could actually, so I can find my way out again then later on? You might wonder, will I ever do a Stockholm trip again? I don't. Hopefully, hopefully, but the situation is what it is. I don't want to travel right now, but I really hope that I will in the future again, of course. My goal is it, of course. And you have asked me about that you wanted to go by train with me again, and hopefully I will. Hopefully I will. Uh, and you remember, Robert, when I played air saxophone? You had a thread where you wanted us to get down with the music and play or make something stupid in front of the camera with music, and I really went out of my frame and I put on a suit and I played air saxophone with a broom to a jazz, to a big band song, and I was lip syncing to a jazz song. I'd never done something like that in front of the camera, in front of the world, but I did. And all the year in reviews that I have enjoyed doing. Sitting there, especially then when I did that one with nomination. I had 4 nomination 2 years ago, I think, and I did it like a Grammy award, where I had 4 nominees and I did draw 1 winner. Always wanted to do something like the Grammys. So I done a lot of stuff also through the vinyl community that I actually always wanted to do. Travelogues. I wanted to do travelogues, to travel around in Sweden and do some reporting, like they do in travel programs on television. Really great to be able to do that and to document my impressions, my first impression of stuff that I see. So a whole lot of stuff that I dreams are becoming true through the vinyl community. But I think, and all of these vinyl and CD updates showing new stuff each and every time. But I think that the one that is the most positive for me is actually to be able to meet new vinyl community members, to meet new persons from all around the world and talk music, talk records in a way that I had no one to do that with before. Other than maybe, of course, different kind of customers at the thrift stores that I worked at, who most of them also were record collectors. VC dramas. I actually don't remember most of the VC dramas because it's not stuff that I actually. It's interesting to actually to read about it and wonder why they wasting so much energy on this. But I don't remember them then, so I don't remember that much VC dramas, and I have still, actually, knock on wood, haven't been involved in a VC drama myself. It was one that I though remember. It was some guy. I don't remember who it was, but I think he liked punk rock or something like that, heavy metal. It was sitting in the couch. I don't remember who it was, but it was sitting there talking bad stuff about you, Robert, about me and Mr. Mayo, and he really was bashing you for some reasons I never understood what was the meaning of it. And I also remember the stuff about with your first VC lottery. I never understood the critics either. But otherwise, I've been actually thankfully excluded from the VC dramas, and I have not that much memories from it. It has been passing me by after I have seen them. So, Robert, that was some VC memories for you. You also had some that you wanted us to do a bonus for to answer old questions, and I'm going to come back to that a bit later. I can't do all of them in a in a special video for all of them, because there's no time left for the deadline. And so I'm going to actually put them together. But so this video won't be an eternity. I'm going to do a separate video with bonus responses from the past. So until then, Robert, I hope that you and Betty, your son, your children, your family, and everybody else in YouTube who watches have a really nice time. So take care, everybody, and so long.
Oh my God, I forgot one. Of course. Hello, shout out. Mr. F, Mr. Finglish, talking hands. He's from Finland. So sorry, but now I have included you also.